Hello everybody, welcome to the White Tiger Tarot. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Today's pick a card is a message of clarity and truth. All right, so something that you need clarity on, some truth that you need some light shed on. Okay, so these are going to be a little more detailed and bring some clarity to a situation that you have on your mind. And as always on this channel, we allow Spirit to guide us completely so that each pile is totally different and unique to your situation, to your message. I do not pre-plan or pre-pick anything. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to allow you guys some time to meditate on your cards, and I will see you in your pile. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading of Clarity and Truth. You guys were attracted to the High Priestess card right here. Also, I apologize if you can hear some lawn work being done. My partner is weed whacking. So yeah, apologies if it's a little noisy, but it shouldn't be much longer. Yeah, we're just gonna let Spirit do the talking here. But it's funny because they're giving me this message of you do know something. Okay, so there is something that is clear that you can trust, that you are receiving through your intuition, through your knowing. So even if you're like, I don't know if I can trust what I'm feeling here, or what if what I'm feeling is true. Okay, they're saying that the answer is yes, you can. Okay, that you do know something, that there is a knowing on your heart or in your soul that you can feel. Okay, so let's get more detail here. Give it another little shuffle. So a message of clarity and truth for my pile ones. All right, that came out really quick. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords, Five of Swords, Judgment, and the Queen of Swords. I want to get one more. And Death. So we have a lot of swords here. So they're bringing my attention to the mind, to thoughts. Yeah, and it's almost as though you've overcome something of your own mind. Maybe doubts, okay, fears, maybe even believing that someone else or others have power over you. Okay, or like believing that life has power over you or power over your own, decisions or whatever this is. But yeah, it's like you have some kind of very strong awakening happening within yourself, within your own power. All right, and they want you to know that yes, this is happening. Yes, you are awakening. Yes, you are maybe stepping into a deeper path within something important to you, or maybe even within your spiritual path. Okay, there is a deep awakening happening here, where it's almost like something's becoming clearer to you with the Queen of Swords. Maybe it's a direction forward, or maybe it's a why things had to happen the way they did. But there is a moving on or moving forward with clarity. Okay, with clarity of your own intuition, of your own knowing, maybe your own channel, like what you're receiving, because they want you to know that you are a clear channel, that you are receiving what they are giving you. You are seeing, the divine path. You are receiving with clarity. Okay. So I don't know if this is over an unfair situation. Or maybe, yeah, it's like I almost feel like it's giving your power away. Like you're used to almost trusting other people over yourself, or what other people's opinions are over your own. And maybe other people are trying to lessen yourself or what you feel. And maybe that this has been a part of the past, okay? But we have death with transformation here. And this situation is transforming, okay? It's becoming anew. And, it's whatever this awakening is, or this moving forward is, you have really overcome a lot in the past, or a lot over your mind and over difficulty, maybe over a person in your life, because we see the heads on stakes here. We see this person, and he definitely seems like he believes he has power over this person, or he's done something cruel. Okay. And so they want you to know that what you are feeling and awakening to is true. Okay, it is right. You can trust yourself over everyone else, because what you're receiving is from the Most High. Okay, it is from God. It is from Source, the universe. All right, and where you are moving to, and with this clarity and determination, that is, okay, that is your path. That is where you are being called. And it's like maybe you're afraid of some kind of past situation happening or repeating. Or you're just afraid, you feel like you're like, I don't know, can I trust myself, or can I trust this, or is this just going to be a repeat of the past? And it's not, okay? It's not going to be your worst fears again. It's not going to, be a repeat. It's something completely new. Yeah, I kind of want to get more information here. Okay, so Spirit's guiding me to the Matchbox Tarot. This is a deck that I created. It is for sale down below if you wish to have your own copy. Yeah, I designed this using vintage Matchbox images, collaged them, and yeah, so the shipping is included in the price, just so you're aware. And so Spirit, can we get more information? The Star and the Ace of Wands, wow. So it's like your mind has been transforming. Maybe you've compared yourself a lot in the past to other people. But I think you have transformed within yourself to such a large degree within your own mind. And so what you are awakening to is a huge dream, is something that you created yourself, or that you are creating. Something that is deeply, deeply connected with your passion, with your purpose. Okay, something that you love, something that you work on. I think you're almost waking up into a fresh blank slate. Okay, that's maybe what's transforming, is this, difficulty energy of the past, or people maybe winning over you in certain ways, or you feeling like, people are getting opportunities that you're not getting, or that you weren't getting. And I just feel like you have come into a new sense of self and determination and purpose and clarity. Okay, so your message of clarity and truth is that you do have clarity, okay? And the truth is that you can trust what you feel, you can trust what you receive, and you can trust in the direction that you're moving. And that this transformation that you've come through, okay, has brought you back into your power, or into your power to begin, maybe for the first time. And by you stepping into this power and into this trust, you can trust that, yes, they want you to know that the what you're receiving, the clarity, is the truth, okay? That you are maybe coming into stardom, maybe you're coming into being seen for what it is that you create, or work on, or focus on, your business or your creative projects, whatever it is. The Ace of Wands, it's like you are getting a blank slate here, where you are the one being seen, you are the one being appreciated, you are the one who, is seen for this thing, who's not overlooked anymore, who's not being overshadowed by someone else, or people, seeing all of these other people instead of you, or maybe someone else taking the limelight. I think it's finally your time to shine. It's going to be your time to be in the sun, okay, to be recognized for what it is you do, for the work that you create, for, yeah, just the maybe the work that you do, or maybe it's just you as a person. Maybe you're an influencer or something like that. But it's like you are awakening into a new time of life where you are in, there's no more doubt. The doubt is leaving. Okay, and it's like, it's just divine clarity and a sense of comfortability within self, and a confidence in what you receive and what you know, what you share, the information that you get, and maybe the skill that you present. Okay, and it is going to be well known. You know, you are going to shine over the rest or stand out in some way for this thing. All right, and there is a new beginning here for you. So if you needed clarity on that, that is the truth. Okay, and I feel like you did know that, but you know, sometimes we just need that extra bit of confirmation. Okay, and so Spirit's now guiding me to this rune deck. So we're going to take out a rune for my pile ones. What is their message of clarity and truth? Which ones are we going for? This one, and what about that one? Okay, we'll just take this one for now. Okay, so you have the Raidho rune. So, wow. This talks about you like having such a deep connection with self and your intuition, and such a deep knowing, but it also talks about a voyage. So I mean, and we do have the Knight of Swords here. Okay, so maybe some of you guys are going on some kind of voyage or travel or trip, something along those lines. Maybe it's connected with this new beginning. Maybe it's a work trip, or maybe it's, you know, something to do with a creative project, or it's going to help you form something creatively that's going to allow you to maybe be seen or expand, or maybe this new place in which you go, you will be, you know, more appreciated for the work that you create or for who you are. It'll allow you to be shown, to be seen. Okay, but this is also showing how deeply connected you are to your intuitive wisdom and power. All right, and maybe you are a healer, or that is, you know, maybe your intuitive gifts obviously help you creatively in whatever way that you choose to shine, to express that within yourself and within the outer world. But yeah, I think this is going to take you very, very far. All right, so the whale migrates very far distances, and it can go very deep. And I think that's you, and that's this path that you're waking up to. Okay, judgment is an awakening. It's a big shift within our lives. It's like having something groundbreaking happen and we can't go back. You know, we're moving forward in a big way. We're transforming, you know, who we are, and within, because I think you've transformed within your own thoughts and mind of what you do deserve and of what is possible for your life. Okay, and so it's going to be travel for some, not everybody. Okay, but yeah, within this new beginning or this move for some, okay, it is part of a great awakening. It is part of deepening in self, deepening in your power, deepening in your skill, in your ability, and in your success as someone who is well known, possibly, or as someone who maybe even in, you know, smaller communities. It doesn't have to be on a worldwide scale, although it could be. But you are just becoming more seen and appreciated. Okay, and I think you've cut through a lot of your own BS, and you've cut through the BS of other people, maybe bringing you down or trying to, you know, have you play small. And so maybe with this voyage on the that is coming through, yeah, it's almost like maybe this is the reality or the transformation in which needs to happen for you to be appreciated and seen for the work that you create, or for the, you know, the things that you do. Okay. We have the Emperor. What else for my pile ones? The Hierophant. Wow. Wow. These are big, big. Look at that Wheel of Fortune. Big. Talk about big. Big shifts, okay? This is big. I mean, all major arcana. Should we get one more? Let's get one more. Like, out of these. Wow, and the Devil. It's almost like High Priestess doesn't want to be covered by the Devil. I don't blame you, girl. I don't blame you. Where can we put them? All right, we'll put them here. I kind of want to get one more. Get one more. 10 of Cups. Seven of Wands. At the bottom. Stepping into your role, okay? You're stepping into a leadership position. You are stepping up, all right? You are really, we have 4 and 5 here, and we have 2 10s. Yeah, it's like you are really becoming who you've been working toward becoming. You're stepping into these shoes. You're creating maybe something, you're stepping into a leadership role. You're stepping into maybe a business. Maybe you're creating a business of some kind. But you are really being crowned here. There's a throne that you are about to sit upon. Okay, it is your time of fortune. It is your time of success. It is your time to be recognized as this, you know, higher leader, or as this, you know, having this divine power because you have realized it within yourself. Okay, maybe a community leader. This is the truth. This is the clarity that you need. Okay, that I think you're going to help people become unchained. All right, that you are stepping up as to lead people out of a dark situation. Okay, to lead people out of chains, out of something dark, maybe dark thoughts, because you've done the same, or people who believe they have false power over others. You're kind of empowering people. You know, you're a shepherd to people, okay, to show them the way, to show them the light, to show them it gets better, to show them that, you know, the rain is only there to bring about their 10 of Pentacles. And so you are beginning this, your own path of this, okay? But I think this is a big, big happening for you. This is a big role that you're stepping up into, okay? A huge awakening into your own power, where, yeah, you do release people from maybe their own addictions or their fears, or, you know, illusions of control, or, you know, empowering them to break themselves out of a dark situation, whatever way. Everyone's going to be different in how they do that. Some people can do it through art. Some people can do it through dance. Some people can do it through, you know, words and writing. Other people do it through healing and, you know, readings, or, you know, hands-on energy work, whatever it is, or, you know, psychiatry. Okay, even like being a lawyer. It's going to be different for everybody. But what you do is help people become unchained, and and you step up, and people are going to look to you for your guidance, for your help. Okay, they're going to come to you to listen to you speak, because you hold keys for people on how to lead themselves or free themselves from chains one way or another. And you're going to allow them to see the light, allow them to see the blessing in disguise, allow them to move out of the rain or out of the darkness and into their own 10 of Pentacles. Okay, because you have done it, because you have shifted. Your fortune is now shifting and changing, and you are making a great voyage. Okay, I think you are coming out of something very maybe deep and dark that you've had to go through, and now it's just your time to come out of the rain of yourself, okay, of your own experience, and now you are stepping into leadership, into shepherding others out of their chains. And now it's your time to do that. It is your time to be seen, to be heard, to be appreciated, to be followed. Okay, there's going to be a lot of people following you, a lot of people seeing you and loving you, and, you know, being like, wow, look at this person, look what they're doing. Like, their advice or their work is so life-changing, life-altering. Okay, it's going to make a lot of people feel hopeful and happy. Yeah, you are being crowned, or you are about to sit upon a throne of divine power. Okay. Yeah, because I feel like you've overcome so much in your own life, and so it's your time. It's your time for this. All right, so we're going to get one of these messages just to end it off here. This is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. So what does my pile ones need to know? Thank you. All right, so you guys got the horned cactus with resourcefulness. And I'm going to read this. Oh, you can see a face in there. Oh my gosh, it looks like the devil. Look, it's got horns. There's something here. It's almost as though you're helping others see what could hurt them, what could have hurt them, okay, and turning it into something that helps them. It's like something that could have burned them or pricked them, or, you know, it's like you're helping them recognize, you know, something that maybe, yeah, it's like turning something dangerous into a resource, into something that pushes them forward, like uses momentum going forward. You know, because a cactus can give us cactus pears, right? And a cactus in the desert, it holds a lot of water, right? So it can help us with dehydration. But it's just being able to know how to use the cactus in the right ways in order to receive the goodness, in order to receive the message, to receive the light, right? To receive the light that is there. So we don't get burned by it. We don't allow it to keep us down or to keep us getting hurt, right? Or to keep in the cycle of pain. But yet we can use it in the right way with, you know, being careful, and knowing where, you know, how to use this, how to utilize this in the right way, so that it can literally feed us. It can feed our ground. It can feed our soil for success, for happiness, for growth, for maybe, you know, creating a family or creating that, whatever that fulfillment in our lives is. Okay. It's like using something that could have kept us down, kept us hurt, and instead using it as a resource for us, for our happiness, for our freedom, for our growth. All right. I'm going to read this out of the book. There just might be extra messages in there. It says, blooming through resilience, resourcefulness, discovery. When nothing seems to be happening fast enough or your ideas have dried up, you begin to question your relevance. During these periods in life, you might feel like giving up, frustrated and resentful that success will never happen for you. The issue here, however, is a matter of perception. The horned cactus thrives in the barren desertscape, offering you the gift of water when all appears dry. Oh, amazing. So that's beautiful. And so it's almost as though you're experiencing this right now because you're going to help others go through their own versions of this, but they want you to know your message of clarity of truth is that nothing has dried up, okay? That you are still on the path, that you are being crowned, that you are having a new beginning, that you are stepping into these shoes, that you will be well known, okay? That you will reach your happiness and success and fulfillment, okay? That what you know, what you feel in your heart to be true is happening. Don't let, maybe negative thoughts or ideas or the past kind of hold you down. Okay, if you look at its body, you see the normal thorns, the natural thorns that protect it from the predators and the elements. What you don't see are the deep roots that extend far into the earth, filling it with a continuous flow of water. This succulent is a symbol of resilience, of resourcefulness, of your needs being met in spite of the appearances to the contrary. It's a reminder of the courage and inherent wisdom needed to dig deep below the less than friendly surface that hides a rich underground world. Wow. Can you connect to this magic, truth, and trust? The desert is a mystical place filled with mysterious creatures beautifully adapted to their environments. The horned cactus tells you to take heart. This journey is only temporary, and you will soon be met with greener pastures. But first, you must acknowledge your inner strength and fortitude as you're tested here. Be as the cactus, resilient and resourceful. Wow. So if you're still experiencing a bit of difficulty, because we do have death here, so there's a major transformation that you are going through. And that we did see the 5 of Swords, right? And the Queen. It's like you are learning resilience and resourcefulness. That is a major part of your path. And that is why, things may have felt really difficult or very dry, right? It's because you are learning deep resilience within yourself, how to trust yourself deeply. Maybe when the evidence around you just seems like tough, or people throw doubt your way, or just like everything seems like maybe it's being taken from you, okay? But they're saying that this is where you're learning your biggest strengths. Okay, this is how you're going to create your path and create your stardom or your story or whatever it is that you utilize in order to be well known. Okay, they're saying this is a key part of your path here, that you are still coming out of this. You are going to be crowned. Okay, but this difficulty that you may be experiencing right now looks prickly, it looks difficult on the outside, and it can be, right? But they're saying, but this is giving you very vital, vital water, vital nutrients for your happiness going forward, okay, for the 10 of Cups, for your ultimate fulfillment and ultimate happiness, okay, for the success of the future that you want to create. Okay, so whether that's like, it's you're going to use it in your work or as a story to tell, or like deep lessons learned that help you create a more prosperous future going forward. Okay, so they're just saying, just know that what you're going through right now is so key to your path going forward, is so key to your success and your fulfillment. And take the lessons, okay, use your strength and take everything that you can away from this, because there is deeply, deeply rich nutrient things to be found here, okay? And with the whale, they want you to go deep into yourself, deep in your intuition, okay? This is where there is so much to gain, to learn, to grow from. And there is so much power to be had here. The devil, right? It's so intense, and pain can be so intense, and difficulty can be so intense, but it is the greatest teacher of them all. It is the one that helps us grow the most, okay? Gives us the most nutrients, okay? In the darkness of the soil and the depths of the ocean is where the richest and and most powerful juice is contained, and information, wisdom, intuitive power. So who you become and who you show yourself to be through these difficulties or these times is truly, you know, it makes you or breaks you. It really shows you what you're made of. All right. And so they're saying the promise is there that what is happening, or maybe a difficulty you're going through, what seems prickly or seems difficult, is really, it's like the rain to a rainbow. It's the harshness that brings, it's like you can't experience such high heights without going to the depths, right? And so they're saying we want you to experience the high heights, and you are going to be doing that, okay? But in order for you to do that, you really got to dig. You really got to face maybe something deep or dark within yourself or within this current situation, and see what is the lesson here? What is it trying to teach me? Okay, what is there for me? All right, we're going to get you guys one last message, because I want to know, what is the lesson for pile number 1? What is the lesson being taught for them? What are they supposed to take out of this situation? Judgment twice, a huge awakening. Okay, maybe realizing our own power, awakening to a new level of enlightenment or self or spirituality. 7 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. This is literally teaching you your resourcefulness. Okay, your resourcefulness on how to get out of situations, or how to, you know, heal thoughts, or how to use your mind in a creative way in order for you to maybe expand or have different experiences. Okay, in order for you to receive messages clearer. Okay, and it's like almost like they're giving you tricky situations so that you will learn how to trust your own intuition, your own messages over everything else going on around you, because maybe things aren't clear or things are tricky, right? And so they're saying that we have a big purpose for you here. You have something very, very powerful that you are stepping into. So we're giving you tests to see how resourceful you are, to see how creative that you can solve a situation, to see how, you know, you can use your mind to get you out of things without maybe harming a lot of people, or without, you know, to see how you react to certain situations and what you take out of it, okay? And how you listen to yourself, how well you can trust and listen to your own intuitive guidance. All right. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this brought you some kind of clarity and guidance to this truth. And just know that you have something very, very big you are awakening to. That is the absolute truth. And that what you've been going through, or you are going through at the moment, is just teaching you how to be quicker on your toes in situations, how to be smarter, how to be clever. Okay, and how to listen, exactly, because every situation is so unique, and especially with the purpose that you hold, you're gonna have to be very quick on your toes within thought, and you're gonna have to trust yourself to a very high degree. Trust in the messages that you receive, because you're gonna have to use them. You're gonna have to use them in different ways. Okay, and maybe, you know, and you just have to be very diligent of the energy that is always brought to you, because maybe it's not always truthful. And so maybe someone tells you something and you have to follow your own guidance, because maybe it's not, you have to follow, is this truthful? Do I feel like this is truthful? Do I feel like this is real? Okay, it's things like that. Do I feel like this person's telling me the truth? What am I feeling from this situation? They're trying to get you to trust yourself to the deepest degree. And so you have to go deep, deep within self, and pull out your own wisdom, your own resources, because maybe not everything on the outside is going to tell you the truth, and be honest. And so you really got to be quick. You got to think on your toes. You got to have that deep trust for self. All right. And so that is something that you are learning currently But you are about to wake up to something very, very big, a new life, a new purpose, or a new form of it, or a deeper version of it. Okay. So that was your message of clarity and truth, my pile ones. Thank you so much for coming to your reading today. I really enjoyed this a lot. I hope you did as well. And if it resonated, please leave me a comment. Please like this video and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. If you'd like to know more about your own situation, go book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you in the next reading, pile number 1. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading of clarity and truth. Okay, this is something that you need some clarity on, some truth on. You guys were attracted to the 3 of Swords here. All right, so we're going to get right into your message. For my pile 2s, what is their message of clarity and truth? 3 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. So I'm wondering if someone you were working with or you were supposed to build something with, like, ended up hurting you, ended up, you know, kind of disappointing you in some way. And it had to do with some kind of dream that you were building or some wish that you were trying to build in the physical. And I don't know what they did in order to, I don't know, how did they hurt you? What is this? Can you tell me more information, please? 6 of Wands. 5 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. You're having victory over something. Victory over maybe past a disappointment. Yeah, I don't know. Did you fight with someone, get in an argument, or something didn't work out? Something that maybe you were building. Maybe it was with friends or with a partner of some kind in the physical, maybe a project or an idea. And it was almost like it caused a fight, or there was just too much arguments, or it didn't work out. And it's almost like this dream kind of felt like turned into like a trap, or it felt like I'm stuck now, and it was something that I really wanted. And then it kind of turned into something that I feel trapped in, or I feel like stuck. I feel stuck. And it was almost like something that was supposed to be something really great in our lives, turned into something kind of crappy. Or it just didn't, it was just like, oh man, like we just all started fighting. We just couldn't agree. We couldn't get along, or things just started going wrong. But I mean, we have the 6 of Wands here, meaning there is victory over something that is difficult. So are you, it's almost as though you are coming out of something like this. Okay, that was like, I don't know, this is like such a hard situation. Like, this is like heartbreaking, because it was like such a big wish for you, and it went from being something that was like so meaningful and so, I wanted it so bad, and then I felt stuck in it, and then I felt like, man, this just turned into almost a nightmare, or it turned into something so hard. But you are coming out of this. You are coming out of this successful. You are coming out of this, you know, a winner, really. You are coming out of something difficult. yeah, with success and triumph. Okay. I want to get more information. This is so fascinating. Okay, so the deck that Spirit's bringing me to now is called the Matchbox Tarot. This is a deck that I created using vintage Matchbox images from around the world. Okay, it is for sale in my shop down below. It's also for sale on my website. If you would like your own copy, shipping is included in the price, okay? So, what does pile number 2 need to know? What do they need clarity and truth on? 10 of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, you're having a new beginning over something that started feeling really heavy, okay? Yeah, it's almost like, I don't know if you felt like you were getting taken advantage of, or you had the majority of the work put on you in something, or maybe this is a relationship for some, okay, where you felt like, I thought we were going to build a life together, and it ended up, you know, we just ended up really arguing a lot. We ended up fighting a lot, and it just, maybe there was even a third party situation for someone. Okay, it was like what felt like a dream, or what I thought would be a dream, really turned into a really, yeah, just negative situation for you, where you felt overwhelmed. You felt like maybe you were doing majority of the work, majority of the effort. Maybe it felt like someone else was, like, you know, kind of bullying or taking advantage, and we just felt so small, or felt really overwhelmed. Okay, and maybe getting hurt, maybe feeling very, yeah, like this person or life is just beating on us. Okay. Ace of Cups here is saying that you are having a new beginning. Okay. This could be in love. This could be in something that you do love that is attached to this dream, because we see the Six of Wands, that you are having victory over this heartache or this failure, this hardship, or this difficulty in your life. That this difficulty is ending. Okay, and that there is a new beginning, or new love, or a new relationship, or a new, beginning of some kind that is very tied to your heart, to your wish, to a dream that you had. Okay, and yeah, I want a little more information. Ace of Pentacles. 2 aces, so definitely new beginning. Okay, maybe you're going off and starting something on your own. Maybe you're taking the idea and you're just going to start something on your own, and by you kind of taking your power back and standing in your power, you're going to see very fast progress. Okay, you are going to overcome this. You are going to be able to, you know, the Emperor can be an entrepreneur card. You are going to be able to build it yourself in the way that you want. Okay, you are going to have success and recognition. All right, you are going to be able to begin anew within this dream, within this wish, and actually receive with the Ace an opportunity to do this, or a physical opportunity, or, you know, start receiving success and abundance through this. Okay, so it is the end of something feeling really heavy or hard or difficult. And if this is a relationship, it very well could be, okay? This is you know, having someone come into your life, a new person that is, you know, has your heart, you know, they put your heart first, and it is something that is going to grow, okay, into something much bigger, that you know, you will be able to move forward with this person. They are going to be someone who is much more stable or secure in your life. Someone who's, you know, more of a fair and kind person or leader, okay, or partner. All right. But yeah, it's like there is so much new. There might even be 2 new beginnings attached to this. So maybe it is in business and in a relationship or a partnership, romantic or non-romantic. Okay, but there is something of the heart that is beginning, a wish. Okay, but also it's attached to the physical, meaning someone physical, something physical, starting, beginning. And you're going to have a lot of progress forward because you are standing in your power now. You are beginning anew. You are, either going off on your own, or you're meeting someone who is that person that you've, wanted to, you kind of envisioned. All right. And it is the end of feeling like overwhelmed and hurt and just, oh my gosh, battle after battle. You are having victory over this battle that you've been in for so long. Okay, so my pile twos, what do they need to know? Please give them clarity and truth on this situation. Wow, the Tower. Something's falling down. Something is coming down that is not meant to stay in your life. Okay, it is falling down because it is unstable. It's not fair, or it's not secure. It's not built on solid foundation. There is some big ending happening in your life, within a connection or within a partnership or within some kind of project. Some one time it was a wish that turned into something negative, and now it is crumbling because it was never meant to stay. It was never the one, it was never the thing, right? It was a lesson learned. There were tough lessons that were meant to be learned there, but now we're coming to the end of this lesson, of these difficulties, of feeling like, yeah, maybe we're doing all of the work, whatever it was. And now we're stepping through into a completely new beginning where it's feeling fair, where we're feeling empowered, where we're feeling, energized again, where we're feeling excited again to go forward into something new. Okay, is this almost like divine intervention coming through to be like, no, this is not fair, this is not happening. Yeah, look at that, Knight of Swords. Movement forward, determination, fast movement out of a difficulty, out of an unfair situation, taking quick, swift action, almost like taking it into your own hands, realizing your power, stepping into your confidence, finally maybe getting to, create your vision in the way that you wanted it to be. Okay, and I think maybe you're going rogue. Maybe you're like, look, you guys, whatever this was is not working for me. It's not what I envisioned. It's not, this is just kind of created more stress in my life, or more, upset. And now I am creating this vision as I want it to be. And whatever this is just a huge change, a huge coming down of something that was difficult or unfair. And we are stepping into our own power. We are stepping into the leadership role in our own lives, in this situation, in this project. We are seeing ourselves for the beauty that we hold, for what we create, for the skill set that we have. Okay, that we're no longer playing small. We're no longer underestimating ourselves. We're no longer allowing people to push us around, bully us. It's like, no, I know what I create, and what I create is of the highest quality, and it is beautiful, and I am beautiful, and I am amazing, and I am capable of doing this on my own, or I am capable of going off on my own to find what it is that I'm looking for. Okay, and you will find it. It's just going to take that initial, action, and there's this new beginning and action, right? With the Knight of Wands, taking action forward, going forward. This is a time of taking action. This is a time of, moving, having forward progress. I think standing in your power, standing in your truth, and saying no more, and saying, I can do this on my own, or I can move forward in a positive way. I can, create this thing. I can take steps, in creating this vision. Okay, this is a time of standing in your masculine, of really standing tall for yourself, really being able to take action forward in the way that's going to benefit you. Okay, no longer allowing things to overwhelm you or overcome you or have this fake sense of power over you. This is your time to step into that masculine space, to take action forward, to know that you can do this, okay? To use all of your strength and your courage and do this for yourself, because you have every skill, talent, and ability to make this a reality for yourself. You are getting a new beginning here to do this. And so there's going to be a lot of action needed on your part, but you're going to feel really happy doing this. You're going to feel super, super excited to be able to focus on this. And I think it's felt like a long time coming, because whatever was stopping you before is not going to be stopping you anymore. The energy is opening up for you to step through, to step up into the power, okay, so that you can start making big moves in the direction that you've been wanting to, okay? And look at who again is on the bottom, the Emperor twice, standing in your power, standing in your truth, standing in your masculine. The Emperor is Mars, okay, not standing for less. You are the leader. You are the leader of your own life. You are the leader of your own creative path, your own, desires and needs. You are the one who has to stand up for that and stand in that truth of who you are, okay, and not accepting less, not letting anyone tell you differently or make you believe that you're any less, okay? You are truly that powerful. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this was some kind of business venture or idea that was meant to be with other people and it just didn't work out. And now you can do this on your own. Okay, you can do this on your own. You are going to be very successful in this, okay? You can lead. You are a leader. You just have to stand in that truth, okay? You can lead others. All right, maybe you're not even going to be working alone all the time, but you have to at least start it maybe solo and then collect as you go along. But yeah, you are the leader. You're not just someone who's playing a small role here, or you're not just creating someone else's idea. 10 of Swords. So, wow, you're ending a very big cycle of pain and difficulty. Maybe feeling, wow, and look at that, getting replaced by the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Swords to the 10 of Pentacles. And this one is interesting too, because it talks about someone close to us hurting us in a big way. This person's dad, and he cut off his fingers to save himself, and he betrayed him. Okay, so maybe you experienced something like that, where you felt betrayed by someone close to you or by people close to you, and you're like, wow, like, wow. And you just saw such a real side of someone or people that hurt you majorly. And it made you feel stuck. It made you feel like, oh my gosh, this was something that meant so much to me, or a relationship meant so much to me. And now I just feel like it's a nightmare. It's an awful situation. But guess what? This new opportunity coming in, this is you standing in your power. This is you building your legacy. This is you finally stepping through and having a support team who is real, okay? Building your own team, building your own family, okay? And you had to learn that discernment so that you wouldn't allow this energy into this new creation, into this new beginning, into what you are building, okay? Because this is yours. This is real. This is something that you can rely on. These are people you can rely on, okay? This is you, maybe if this was a family situation, let's say, just as an example, and you had a lot of people hurt you, okay, within your own family. And so you had to kind of step up into the masculine role, into the more fatherly role, okay, or whatever it is. And you had to say, I have to get myself out of this. I have to step up. I have to take these certain actions and moves to make myself, maybe more independent, maybe financially or whatever it was. I had to go off on my own and do this. And now you're like building your own family, but you had to learn that so you didn't you didn't repeat the past mistakes, and you didn't. You really took it and you learned from it, and now you're building something much more successful, where not just you can flourish, but the people around you can flourish, that you can, you know, help those around you, if that's a family or if this is like your company and this is people that are going to work for you. Okay, it's like you are the leader that all these people needed and wanted, and that you had wanted at one point that couldn't be given to you. Like this leadership, this whoever this was or these people were, you know, they weren't the ones, because it was you the whole time, and you had to learn to move away from it to start something on your own in order to build this in a more fair and honest and true way. I hope this is making sense. Please let me know in the comments if this is at all resonating, because this one's a little bit tough for me. So yeah, please let me know if this is helping, if this is resonating at all. But yeah, this is just what I'm getting, so I'm trusting. Wheel of Fortune. This is your time, okay? It's time to move out of a time of pain and into a time of building something of the physical for yourself, into something really big, really supportive, very, very reliable day in and day out, and huge, okay? 10 of Pentacles is a big, big creation, all right? So you have been really showing yourself how strong you are, and you will continue to do that, okay? You have the strength to do this on your own. You have the strength to build something of real value and of a massive scale. All right. And so the Wheel of Fortune is here, turning in your favor, bringing you out of pain and darkness and suffering, and bringing you into safety and comfort. And yeah, and knowing that you were the one to be able to do this for yourself, that you created something, that you created your own abundance, your own safety, your own family, or your own business that now, you know, feeds you, and you can now kind of relax, right? And allow it to work for you. Okay. Wow. I mean, this is very, very big. And so I don't know what stage of this you're at. Please let me know. But I don't know if you're already in this, or you're in the process still of ending something. But please know, I mean, you have a lot of 10s here, okay? You have 10, 10, 10. You could be seeing 10s a lot. And yeah, so 10s are an ending, okay? 10s are a shifting. It's like we are replacing, 10, 10, 10, 10. 4 10s. Wow, 10, 10, 10, 10. Amazing. So yeah, it's like such massive shifts in your life, going from pain, overwhelm, betrayal, hurt, whatever it was, in like the, you know, in the worst ways for some of you, and replacing it with joy, with fortune, using that, you know, those lessons, those real difficulties, those betrayals, and we're turning them into prosperity for ourselves. We're turning them into strength. We're turning them into, you know, I'll do this on my own, and I'll do it in the right way. It's like turning it into that courage and determination to be better, to be good, you know, to maybe be the thing that we've always wanted, or we always wish we had in our lives, the example that we always wish we had. All right. And that's beautiful. And there's nothing better, nothing more beautiful. Okay. Now we're going to go to the Osho deck. We're going to get one last message from my pile 2s. One last message from my pile 2s, please, Spirit. Clarity and truth. The clarity and truth that pile 2 needs. Okay, we have the 3 of Wands, and we have the 4 of Pentacles. Oh, I love this. Look at how opposite this is. Look how open to experience, open to love this person's in. Look how closed off this lady is in. Hoarding her treasure, hoarding her gifts, hoarding her abundance. This lady is totally open, totally embracing life, embracing those around her, embracing, you know, nature, open. And she doesn't have, maybe, you know, she doesn't have a lot, but she's embracing it, right? She's becoming, she's experiencing what the tree is experiencing. This person's so closed off. So that just gives me that extra confirmation that you have learned from a difficult situation, from difficult people in your lives that maybe they took from you, maybe they took money from you, or they withheld things that were meant to be yours. Okay, and instead of repeating those and hurting people back, or just getting your revenge on the world, or, you know, on whatever, the universe, right? Instead of like seeing that and being like, well, that person did it to me, or the universe did this to me, and so I'm going to shut myself off. I'm going to close off myself, and I'm going to hoard my energy, or just block the world, right? Block love. Instead of doing that, which would have been very easy for you to do, it would have been doing this, opening, learning the opposite, right? Learning what not to do from this situation and these people. And instead, you opened yourself up more. Instead, you opened your heart up more to life, more to new experiences. You didn't close yourself off. You opened up more and more and more and said, I want different than this. I want more. I want life. I want experience. I want to experience different things, right? I don't want to hide myself, or I don't want to close off. I don't want to hoard anything. I don't want to not share. Like, I want to be one with my experience and those around me and the world, okay? I'm different, and I love that, and I'm embracing myself. And sorry, these are just so much. I'm embracing life, okay? I'm not going to close myself off because I've been hurt or I've been disappointed. I'm going to open up more because I know there's more out there for me. And that's a very courageous act. And that's a very courageous way to be. And look, you get a new beginning because you kept your heart open, right? You kept your heart open, and you didn't let life... You didn't let people or life close you off and shut you down, and you know, just create a very similar pattern. You are now having a new beginning where you are going to experience all of the abundance that you knew would be there, even though maybe you didn't have the example of it, right? Maybe because you were being hurt, you were being disappointed, people were just taking advantage of you, and you're like, I'm not going to do that. I'm really going to be someone who does what they say, who really walks the walk and talks the talk. Okay, I'm not going to shut down. I'm not going to close off. I'm not going to hurt people. The rebel. This is the Emperor. You have it. This is the third time this card has popped out. You are the rebel. You are the rebellious heart. You are a rebel when all else looks one way or is going one way, and you say, not me. I'm breaking the chains of the past. I am breaking the patterns that have been shown to me or tried to be passed down to me, or people have done certain things, and I'm not going to repeat that. I'm going to break those chains. I'm going to move forward with my own light guiding me, with my own determination. I'm going to lead myself into success, into beauty, into love, into more experience, into support, into abundance, into my own legacy that I can share, and I can treat others with respect, right? Wow, that is so beautiful. And look, on the bottom of the deck, this is one of my favorite cards of this deck, is the Eight of Pentacles with ordinariness. Experiencing a new normal for your life, an everyday, a more heightened everyday life where it feels peaceful and it feels loving and everything's blossoming and blooming, and you can slow down, and life just feels... I created this, and it's just a beautiful day-to-day life, right, that I've created for myself and for my family or for others around me. And yeah, it just feels nice and slow and peaceful and supportive, and yeah, just like everything is taken care of. All right, so pile number 2, that was your message of clarity and truth, and I hope it resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments if it did. This is beautiful, and you're a beautiful person, and good for you. I'm super proud. God and the universe is super proud of who you were able to become in a harsh situation when everything kind of tried to hold you in one way, or tried to, you know, keep you stuck or keep you down, or, you know, turn you against love, turn you against life. And you didn't. You did the exact opposite. You rebelled and you opened your heart up more, and you invited life in more. And so you are getting rewarded for that in a big, big way. All right. So thank you so much for being here, Pile 2. I really love your energy a lot. And if it did resonate, please let me know, and please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another reading. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you in the next reading, Pile 2. All of my love. Peace. Hello, Pile number 3. Welcome to your reading of clarity and truth. A message that you need some clarity on, or a situation you need some clarity or truth upon. All right, so you guys were attracted to the Lover's card. So we're going to get right into the message and see what Spirit needs to share with you. Some clarity you might need. Sorry about that. All right, let's continue. Message of clarity and truth for my Pile 3s. Death. Okay. Clarity and truth. I have the 8 of Wands. Ten of Wands. Okay, this is interesting. So right away, I'm getting that there's something about a connection here that is changing. Okay, so it's almost as though you guys are ending a cycle of difficulty, or of great, maybe there's been a lot of burdens, or you've been working through a lot of karmic cycles together. It doesn't have to be romantic, okay? It could be in any kind of relationship, whatever one you kind of wanted clarity on today. And yeah, it's almost, you've been going through such large transformations together. On individually, like on soul levels, but also within this connection, there has been great transformation. Okay, and you guys have been making amazing progress, and there's going to be movement forward in a big way. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of progress made, a lot of maybe movement. Like maybe you guys have overcome a lot of difficulty. We see two people who very much cherish each other. Okay, so I see great love here, great admiration for the other person and for self. And so I think there's been a lot of karmic clearing. I think there's whatever was kind of difficult in your life or felt heavy and felt like tiresome. And this could be, yeah, working through, maybe we were working through our own difficulties within our own relationship, or own relationship with ourselves, right? Maybe we were coming up together and we've been growing in the spiritual together, and that brings up a lot of stuff that we have to clear. And maybe just in life, like maybe we were kind of trying to get ahead financially, and you know, that felt really hard and heavy. But now it's like we're ending a cycle that was really difficult and making a lot of forward movement. So maybe you guys are coming into a time of prosperity that you haven't experienced before, or you're making a lot of forward progress on something, moving on in some way. But we have been going through this major transformation. And I feel like so much of our ego has been stripped away, because right now I'm getting, there's a king and queen here of skulls, right? And these two, it's almost as though like these two are this is the Shape of Water, the movie. So I would definitely watch that movie. It's fantastic. But these two people love each other for who they truly are, right? They see each other for their souls, right? Not for just maybe their jobs or their outer appearances, whatever it was. Like, you know, the kind of crown that we wear, the mask, the ego self. It's almost like all of these things were being stripped away. And so we were almost carrying a lot of burden from maybe, you know, society or what everyone thinks our relationship should be, or or what everyone thinks we should be within that world. And it's almost like stripping that away and just seeing each other for who we truly are and overcoming our own karmic cycles, our own pain, and healing that within ourselves so that we can truly appreciate and see ourselves, but also that other person. And now it's almost, we are leaving this cycle behind and we are moving forward in a very positive direction. We are making a lot of progress forward. Maybe this is a move for a lot of you, or maybe this is just us starting to, you know, gain more success or more ground within a relationship. Yeah, we're gonna get more. Get some more. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, exactly. Like feeling like we have to kind of maybe fight or defend our relationship or what it is that we feel we know, right? Or maybe, yeah, maybe not a lot of people approved of this, of who we are as a couple, what we do. Okay, and so it was like we had to change and transform so much about our own egos that believed these things on a certain level, but we know ourselves, and so we fought and we had to defend and we had to, you know, struggle through all of these things, and having to let go, and maybe having to let go of a lot of things. Okay, and that was a struggle, that was a battle. Queen of Swords. Wow, like again with the cutting off of the head and the crown is here. It's almost, yeah, it's almost like we had to die so many times. Like our ego had to die so many times. We had to transform so many times to get to where we're at today, to get to strip it all down, to see who is underneath all of this. Like what is, like, you know, down to the soul, and see each other down to the soul. And maybe that meant taking away every title. Maybe we had to lose our jobs. Maybe we had, you know, we were transforming in those ways where all of our, you know, societal titles were stripped from us. Who we thought we were stripped from us, because maybe this relationship, or who our family thought we were. You know, maybe this relationship was so, there was something about it. It's that soul connection that that was the most important thing. And so becoming our truest selves for that other person, and of course for ourselves, okay, that is first and foremost. But they allowed us to see that true reflection of, you know what, but behind all of this, I'm here and you're here, and beyond all of it, beyond whatever everyone else thinks or whoever has anything to say, I want you and I love you and I want to be in your life and I want this to work, or I want this to be, you know, a friendship in my life for as long as I can. Whatever this was. And that meant that we had to almost cut off our own head. We had to kill ourselves. We had to transform ourselves. We had to die so many times. You know, we had to, all of these, you know, fake titles and things had to come down. And so, and that brought us the most clarity. That brought us to that divine sight and to clarity. And I think this is what you need clarity on right at this moment, is, you know, having to overcome and seeing why, you know, seeing the truth behind maybe all of these things. And maybe, you know, you are having maybe a big ending in a relationship, maybe together. Okay. Some of you, I really feel like this is you guys are still together. I don't feel like this is an end to the relationship itself. I really feel like this is an end to a struggle in the relationship, or to a difficult cycle in the relationship, where you guys have been clearing away all of your own stuff, and you've been having to see self at such a raw degree, okay, and having to die over and over again. And that's heavy, right? That's a heavy thing to go through. Like, it's just been clearing all of your karma. And finally there is progress and movement forward in a lighter way. Okay. Yeah. It's almost like, yeah, it's like you sacrificed your old life, or you sacrificed who you thought you were for something higher. Okay, for something more. I keep seeing the stars. It's like you always had that hope and that wish. There was something more for you. There was something higher. And it was just like we had to just be stripped away from all of the masks, or all of the lies, or all of the things that were not who we truly were, right? So that we could truly see self and other as love, as, you know, as this beautiful being, that nothing else mattered. Nothing, no, you know, versions of who we thought we were mattered. No ego story mattered. We have the Hanged Man. Yeah. It's being suspended and sacrificing so much in our lives for something higher, for something greater, for enlightenment. Okay, maybe if this is not a union of other for some of you, this is a union of self. This is just straight up seeing yourself and becoming into divine balance and union with self, with the highest version of self. And the message is still the same. The energy is being cleared. The karmic of the past, karmic lessons of the past are being cleared. And you are becoming fresh, becoming anew, becoming someone you've never been before. Stepping into a, you know, a kind of raw version of who you are, without all of the, you know, the past getting in the way of that, or all the stories of the past getting in the way. You are truly, you know, being stripped down to the soul level, and seeing self and being enlightened with the Hanged Man. You are stepping into this enlightened role, into divine union with self, and maybe with other as well. Okay, we see like there's poison here with DDT. And it's funny, it's like this was like a child sacrifice here. And, you know, we had to sacrifice maybe things that were seemingly important to us at one time. And I don't mean a child, oh my gosh, by any means, but it's just that energy of sacrifice here. And sacrifice ourselves, to put ourselves in this place of suspension, to see something in a new way, to see yourself in a new way, right? Maybe we did have to sacrifice a job, or we had to sacrifice an old life, or we had to sacrifice, you know, what people thought of us for the time being, so that we could grow deeper on a human level, deeper on a soul level, so that we could strip ourselves away to the core essence of who we are, and truly receive the light in that, and truly see the light of self, right? And of other, you know, it's all that, just that reflection, right? Once we can see it in self, we can see it in other. And maybe that's going to allow a union for some. Okay. But yeah, it's like we had to sacrifice and put ourselves maybe in isolation for a while, just so we could completely heal and see self in its truest form. Wheel of Fortune. Exactly. It's time. It's time for a cycle to end, and it's time for us to come into our fortune, to actually come into a beautiful, you know, progression forward at our truest form, into divine union with self, and maybe with other as well. It's time for our fortune to change. It's time for us to look at that King of Blades. So we do have divine counterparts here. So for a lot of you, if you are already in a relationship, maybe some of you are gonna come into a relationship, and I'm sorry, I should have kind of said that before. So yeah, so this is definitely divine counterparts. We have the Three of Cups and we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's time for our fortune to change. It's time for movement forward out of a time of suspension of having to look and heal and balance. I think you've done that. And now we're going to be taking slow and steady but very stable progressive moves forward. Okay, we're going to start making progress, building building from this place of divine balance, building our fortune. Okay, we're coming into a time of celebration, of lightness, of gratitude. Okay, where our foundations are being built. We're finally going to be able to lay the foundations for the future in the ways that we want to, in the ways that are going to be fortunate for us or for the future that we want to create for ourselves. And if this is a connection that you're already in, this is you guys actually, building from zero. So not having that karmic stuff to get in the way anymore. We get to build from anew, right? With this newfound sense of self and rawness together, okay, where it's a fresh slate. And so we're kind of building a brand new foundation for ourselves, for our future together. And others of you who have not met this person yet and who are coming into union with the divine counterpart because you have come into union with self and you have seen self at its and come into, that beautiful union of the, light and dark within us. And you have truly accepted and seen yourself for all that you contain, you are now going to come into union with other. Okay, and you guys are going to be able to start, building your life and going on, those dates, or just building that foundation of relationship. Okay, coming into a celebration, a time of celebration, a time of lightness, a time of, oh my gosh, it feels so much lighter because we're starting fresh, right? We don't have all of this heaviness of the past. We don't have all of these karmic patterns that we have to deal with anymore. We are, and some of us have been dealing with that alone. Others of us have been dealing with that within relationship, okay? And so, but now it's like we get to see self and see other in new, fresh eyes. And so it's lighter and it's more free and it's divine. And I just had to turn this over. So the Emperor, where, yeah, it's like we are getting to kind of start our lives, lead ourselves in the ways that we want. We get to build our lives in the way that we want. We get to be our own leaders, okay, of the life that we've always wanted to create within our own parameters. Okay, we are the creators of this world going forward. We get to say, what's what, and we maybe, we are leading within a new state, within a new, maybe this is us creating our life, and so we get to say how it looks, right? Nothing. Now we're free of the past, and now we get to build within that freedom, and we get to say what it is that we're going to do, or what our life is going to look like going forward. All right, so the next deck we're using is the Matchbox Tarot. This is a deck that I created using vintage Matchbox images from around the globe. Yeah, it is for sale down below in my shop and also my website down below. If you would like your own copy, shipping is included in the price. 9 of Wands. Yeah, there's been a lot of heaviness. There's been a lot of our own toxicity that we've had to look at and deal with, and like our own karma. 7 of Swords, a lot of trickery. a lot of difficulty. Like the Nine of Wands can talk about, you know, having to overcome our own baggage, honestly, where then it reflects in maybe outer relationships or outer experiences, like especially if you're in a relationship that has been doing a lot of the healing together. And even if you've been doing it on your own, it's like you've been having to really face a lot of your own toxic traits, a lot of, you know, your own things that have kept you stuck, or that would have kept you from having this divine freedom and having this depth of love. Okay, and maybe this is things of like possession, jealousy, you know, learnt traumas. This could be, yeah, any kind of like egoic attachments. Okay, that would have been toxic. It would have poisoned not only yourself, but any relationship that you would have been in. Okay, and so we had to, these things were coming up for us to look at and see that, oh, this is here. Oh, this is here for me to deal with and heal within myself. That's what that relationship is there for. It's the mirror to our own toxicity and our own love. It does point us back to our own love, right? But first we have to get through what's blocking that love. Okay, what's there that could sour, that is literally blocking our own ability to come into divine union with self. Okay, and so those things come up and they're not easy to deal with, right? They're not easy to overcome. These are giants in our lives. These are dragons in our lives that we have to be creative in overcoming, that we have to recognize that's there. That, oh, this thing's in my way. This thing's in my way of my own divine, you know, love of self, and also a successful relationship, also divine union with other. These are things that are going to stop me from, you know, having a long marriage, or having a deep soulful connection, or having divine complete enlightenment or union with my own divinity and my own self and my own heart. I have to clear these things. I have to recognize these things that could hurt me going down the line, that could stop me from, you know, having this in my life, right? So all of this stuff was coming through. Four of Wands, marriage, okay, freedom, community. We're coming into a divine union, a marriage maybe of self, but I really feel like it doesn't have to be actual marriage, but this is definitely, there is definitely like a soul marriages. Like, you don't have to get physically married, but there is a person here that you have a divine marriage with, that you will have a divine marriage with. Someone who matches your energy, someone who is a perfect reflection of who you are, that can show you yourself. Okay, someone you're gonna have a lot of fun with, but this is also like that celebratory, that freedom. So you are coming into freedom of the past, of your lessons, of your karma that you have cleared, that you have saw and overcome and recognized, and now we're getting to experience freedom of the past, of karma, and getting a fresh slate. Okay, coming into divine marriage and union with self and with other, possibly. Okay, where things are gonna feel lighter and more free and more fun and just, yeah, celebratory. So beautiful. The Chariot, moving forward, having victory, having success. Maybe, you know, again with that, I was feeling that with the Eight of Wands, maybe physical movement for some of you. And we have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, maybe a lot of you are moving on from, maybe this ending means you moving on from a certain situation, maybe a certain living situation. Maybe you're gaining more stability within your physical world. Maybe you're moving into a new place or a house, or And you're finally overcoming a lot of harshness, a lot of, our own feelings of lack or whatever it is. And we're finally getting to move into a more stable time in our lives. We're having victory over a lot. And so things are feeling more stable, more secure with this movement forward, with this movement moving on. Okay, it's totally lightening everything. It's making us feel more free, celebratory with this move. It's feeling stable, like home, and we don't have to deal with all of this stuff anymore. It's all been cleared. We have done all of the hard work. We have done all the clearing, and now we get this kind of this clear path forward where we get to move and we get to settle down maybe. Or we get to start something more stable in our lives. Okay? Look at that, the Emperor again, and the Lovers again. Wow. So for some of you, this is a message of meeting that stable partner. Okay, someone who's going to be there for you, someone who's going to pick you up, someone who's never going to turn their backs on you, who's not going to run away, this is the Emperor. He is the stable leader. He is the shepherd. Okay, and this doesn't have to be a male, it could be a female. Okay, but it's just saying that this person's here to stay. They're a reliable person that is here for you, that is going to pick you up when you're down. And maybe the roles are reversed. Maybe you're going to pick up someone else who needs that leadership or who needs that stability. Okay, but there is such stability going forward in a connection, in self and in a connection where you guys are going to be able to live in a much more secure place, in a more secure place within your relationship where you don't feel like you're questioning, you don't feel like I'm alone or I'm doing this on my own or like I can't talk to anyone, whatever it is. It's like I truly feel supported and I feel safe and I feel secure. This feels good. This is something that I know is going to be there for me day in and day out. This is, yeah, it's nothing I question. It's nothing I feel insecure about or shaky. Okay, it's always going to be there. The hand will always be there. It'll always be there to lead, to support. All right, what can I get? A rune. My pile threes. This is really beautiful. You guys are like having a fresh slate together. And it's going to feel so much lighter, but so much more secure and stable and just even, peaceful. We're not going through all of the crazy waves and the clearing and the healing and the revealing. Okay, so we have the Isa rune and the Yera rune. So, yeah, look at the difference. It's like, this is like the Hanged Man energy, and it's cold. I think you guys have gone through such a difficult time together where it was maybe cold and it was isolated, or it felt like maybe you both had to kind of heal on your own or do your own things. And at times, maybe even if you're in a connection, maybe it felt isolating or it felt lonely. Or, yeah, it felt like at times it was cold, right? But these are key things that we had to heal, that we had to go through, because it gave us strength. It taught us so much about our own selves and our own powers of love and powers of who we are, of who we truly are behind it all. Right? And we had to literally die and be resurrected again and again, and we had to be suspended in a space of maybe stillness, of not being able to progress in the ways we want in the outer world, just so that we would transform, so that we would look at every single thing that could deter us going forward, that could stop us, that could spoil something. And look, in the Yera rune, now it's like blessings are coming out of you. It looks like he's pooping little diamonds here, but you are now receiving the blessings. You are now cultivating the honey, the sweetness of all of the work that you've done, of all of the things that you have been going through and you've been working on, and now you produce the sweetness. Now you get the say. Now all of your work is turning into that honey, into that yeah, just sweetness that you get to experience. It's going from like cold winter to summer. It's like, yeah, you're coming out of a winter time of life into a summer, into where things are blossoming and blooming and feeling good and feeling supportive and feeling stable. And like, yeah, I'm feeling abundant instead of feeling isolated and cold. All right, we're going to get you guys one last message. All right, one last message for my pile threes. Ten of Cups. Oh my gosh, you're coming into so much love and support. Like, yes. Like the happy connection, the happy family, the growth, the positivity, the fulfillment. The 10, dude. Like, yes, you are. This is your clarity. This is your truth. That you truly are coming into a beyond happy time in a connection, in self. You are growing in a beautiful way. You are expanding together in what it is that makes you fulfilled. Maybe it's not a family. Maybe it's in a business together. Or maybe it's just in your life. Maybe you're just growing in positive ways, in more stable ways, right? In whatever way that feels right for you. 9 of Pentacles, gaining abundance, gaining stability, and feeling so accomplished and fulfilled in that because you guys have both put in such work. Okay, and now it's like you're getting to eat from that. Now you're getting to be supported from, oh, yes. Ace of Coins and the Sun, guys. You are getting a new beginning that is just I really feel like you and this partnership is coming into enlightenment, and you're getting a new beginning in the physical to live in this happiness, to live in this light, to live in this joy where your karma is now cleared, and now you get to live in the beauty and the light and the joy and and just knowing thyself and knowing the other and doing what's best for us as a unit and coming into divine union with the other, right? Where it's like, yes, we are two, but the point of a divine counterpart is to become one, where there is no separation. And so maybe the stability in the physical is a big part of that. And I think it is a big part of that, where you guys are now going to be able to set your own roots, grow your own roots, blossom and bloom in new ways. Okay, in this place of clarity, in this place of having our hearts filled and wanting the best for each other, and having a stable physical life where now we can live in enlightenment. Now we can live in the beauty and live in the warmth of the sun and in the comfortability of the physical. Oh my gosh, pile 3. This is so beautiful. So you are having this new beginning, this fresh, complete blank slate together, a building something of long last, building something of great fulfillment, of great prosperity, okay, where we're so happy, we are so fulfilled as ourselves as individuals, and also within our connection, within our union, within our family, or our whatever it is that we create. Okay, we are feeding ourselves and we are feeding each other, and we just feel so supported and safe and secure, and we're there for each other. Whatever we need, we got each other. It's openness, it's connection, it's true unconditional love, because we gave it to ourselves, and now we can share that with other and expand on that. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Pile 3, I love this so much. Good for you guys. Holy smokes, what an incredible truth. Yeah, this is amazing. You are amazing. This connection is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love this for you. I'm so happy for you. Go off and live your best life. This is, yeah, this is it. This is oh, wonderful. So good for you, pile 3. And I'm blessed to have such wonderful beings on my channel. I love you guys. I hope this resonated. Please let me know in the comments if it did, and give me a thumbs up if it resonated as well, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. If you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you in the next reading, pile 3. All of my love. Peace.